We're at the St. Mary's Cemetery today. One of our supporters brought up the whole issue of HAARP. So we did a lot of research on HAARP. It's the High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program, and there was one in Alaska, and the government, U.S. government's claiming that that particular program was dismantled, but who knows what's going on. They have other HAARP sites. So just so everyone's up to speed on HAARP, this is high frequency electromagnetic beams, radiation beams that are directed at the upper atmosphere, the ionosphere. And the purpose is to study that upper atmosphere, but also manipulate it in terms of weather. They can heat up the upper atmosphere and cause hurricanes. Apparently, change the weather. Who knows what how high that frequency is? But this is the electromagnetic radiation. Just another side that people should be aware of, that they have that technology. Not only the US, but other countries have it as well. Please share your comments on HAARP, but it's all connected in with 5G, which is electromagnetic radiation as well. And it's obviously 5G is at the public level, and we're seeing the rollout. This particular site today is pretty interesting. We're going to take a look at it to help educate ourselves. But you know, we are concerned at HAARP, what they're doing with that, but also geoengineering, which is another form of manipulating the atmosphere, the weather, etc., etc. So we got to keep an eye out for that. But it shows the extent that establishment, governments, the deep state, the cabal are willing to go with this technology. It's crazy what's going on. But let's take a look at this site. It's a pretty interesting site. I've got my meter here. What you hear is the radiation. So this is the electromagnetic radiation, similar to what is HAARP using, but obviously not as high frequency, because they'd be incinerating everyone around here if they were using those beams, those concentrated beams. But so this is in the mid extreme right here. It's a quite high tower, but you hear the sound. That's telling you how much radiation that there is in this general area. But I want to get a close look at this tower. And if people can share your comments, there's all kinds of antennas that we need to engage and try to understand what's going on here. I'm just going to get a bit closer to this tower, but share your comments so we can learn more about this. But I did talk about the Havana Syndrome. I know that, you know, this came out in 2016, but it's really ramped up. And this is all about electromagnetic radiation. Diplomats, US diplomats, Canadian diplomats, other diplomats are getting radiation sickness. The US government, are they mentally ill? Are they into conspiracy? Because they're claiming there's some kind of attack, but they don't know which country is behind it. I'm going to hypothesize that it's probably their own technology that's causing the radiation sickness of their diplomats. They're probably using very high frequency 5G communication and surveillance devices, but they don't want to acknowledge it. But the important point about the Havana Syndrome is that it's okay for diplomats to complain of EMF radiation sickness, but when the public does, they're mental, you know. So this is the world we're living in. It's there's so much smoke and mirrors, and the mainstream media, they're perpetuating things that aren't accurate, things that aren't reality. But here's this tower here. I'm going to get really close, but share your comments on what's going on. I see some very small antennas up there. There's all kinds of things up there, but we should get a better idea. Maybe I'll go a bit closer even. Look at that. Pretty dense. And those are very small antennas. You see those small ones? I wonder if they're 5G. Apparently the smaller the antenna, the more powerful the EMF radiation coming out. So it's inverse. The wavelengths are shorter and they're faster. But I'm going to get a little bit closer on this monstrosity. But share your comments. I'll just go around here, but let's get a close look at this. This is along McLeod Trail, just south of the downtown in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. That's where we are, Amanda. If you go along McLeod Trail, you'll see it on the west side, probably close to around 50th. But there's some interesting technology here. We'll have to try and unpack all this. Yeah, stay back. But Kelly, fortunately, I'm kind of under the radiation. Obviously, these townhouses over here, they're in harm's way. These businesses, all the consumer place over there is going to be. Maybe I'll do a video over there just to check. But let's try and unpack this. I don't know what the hell that thing is. If anyone has any ideas. So obviously these are antennas that can go back and forth. I'm not sure what those are either. And then we got a massive concentration right here. Look at that. And those. I think there's some 5G up there. That's my opinion. And there's obviously room to add more onto this. But that's really jam-packed there. And I'll just go down. Strange. We live in a strange world. Yeah, it's not good, Riley. I'm just going to get back a little bit from this monstrosity. This looks like something out of HAARP. If you ever seen the photographs of the HAARP station, this could probably fit in there. But I did look up, if you look at the HAARP, it's multiple towers. They're all connected, and then they're concentrating all that EMF, electromagnetic radiation, into a single beam. But we have to ask, should we be tampering with the atmosphere like these governments are, the deep state, whatever, behind? Should we be tampering? Obviously geoengineering's been going all along well, but this HAARP thing is pretty crazy. It's like out of a sci-fi movie, but we're starting to connect the dots on all this. I'm just going to go back a bit. Yeah, maybe actually I think I'm gonna go a bit closer so we can get a real bird's eye view of this stuff. Look at that, people are living right beside all this. I don't understand it. Wow, it's strong here. What the hell is that? Let's zoom in on this. That's crazy. Okay, micro dishes. Wow. Wow. Share your comments. Some of this stuff I don't know. Look at that. That's crazy. Crazy. The world we live in. Wow. I wonder. Wow. Right in a public area too. Wow. Oh shit. I don't want to concern anyone, but this is just reality on the ground. It's obviously all over the world. It's stepping up. It's part of this great reset, AI technocracy. We got to be on guard and try and hold them accountable, hold them in check. I don't want to get radiated. I'm sure you don't want to get radiated any more than we have to. I believe the analogy of the frog in the boiling water is spot on. That what's happening in our society is that we're gradually increasing the EMF radiation. We're kind of like the frog in the boiling water. You know, they turn up the heat gradually. You don't feel the heat, but that's what's happening. So we got to be vigilant here. This is the agenda that's going on. This is, you know, all this lockdown and everything. This is what's going on behind the scenes, and there's no denying it. We did post something about they're going to have kill switches in cars coming up, where they can shut down your vehicle. I'm assuming it'll be a wireless component. There will be sensors in there. And they're claiming it's all for the public good. This is another agenda to push down the individual, push down humanity. It's all about control and power. It's very, very terrible. And it's being promoted in terms of public safety. And, you know, you give up your freedom for security, you deserve neither, right? And that's what's happening. These governments, the central banks that are running this world are out of control. This is in Calgary, Southwest, along McLeod Trail, near 50th. You'll see it on the west side there. It's just one site of thousands and thousands and thousands. But I thought it was particularly interesting. If anyone has thoughts on the different technology on here, please leave your comments. and I'll do another reading a little bit further away, and if it's of significance, I will go live again just to show you. Nice connecting. I want to wish everyone a great weekend.